Same bed, same place, same shit, different day. Well, that was alright. I was thinking about making the video later, but when I'm out of bed, but then I'm going to be packing, and I want to stay in bed as long as possible until the sun comes up more. So it was alright. No seats, no apnea. I did have to take big deep breaths sometimes during the night, but overall my regular sleep breathing was enough to get enough oxygen. So there's none of that what happened last night. So I got like an hour's sleep, then I woke up, and then I went back to sleep an hour later and got another 4 hours sleep. So I got 5 hours sleep. So yeah, that'll do. Dana says that 4 hours is plenty in the mountains. I do have another little headache again. My lips are really dry. I was thinking about that 5,100 meters yesterday. When you fly in China, everywhere else flies in feet, and in China they fly in meters, and Russia. But so when we fly in China, they give us an altitude in meters, and we have a little chart, and we convert it into feet. And 5,100 meters is 16,700 feet. It's flight level 167. So this is kind of weird. I'm walking around at flight level 167, an altitude that, if you decompress, it's an emergency descent down to 10,000, and I'm just walking around drunk. And I guess because it goes in 300 meters, sort of 1,000 feet increments, and base camp is pretty much 5.4, which is flight level 177, which is the altitude we always have to descend to at Nolon on the way back from Beijing. Is a waypoint, and you always have to descend 5,400 meters away from Nolon. And I'm going to be walking around at 5,400 meters with no one. Actually, there will be somebody there. Yeah, it turns out that Peter, the Dutch guy, it's so cool because all these guys I've met, Luke and Peter. I mean, Nate is off somewhere else. And, there's the Indian guy and the Australian lady who I bump into occasionally because they're doing the same trek as me on the same route. And then Peter and Luke, who are bashing around different parts of this area, Gokyo and Cholo Lake and stuff. They're all doing base camp at some point also, and he's going to Loboche tonight as well, which is where I'm going. And then we will be doing base camp on the same day. So that's cool. So yeah, off to Loboche today, and that's the last stop. Base camp tomorrow. So I guess, yeah, Loboche, but there's no more acclimatization. So Loboche is at 4,900. So I guess that's another step up. Although I did climb to 5.1 yesterday, so hopefully that helps. So maybe that'll be okay. And then go to Everest and go to Gorak Shep afterwards, which is 5.1. Yeah, so let's see. Leaving here at about 8. Got to get up and pack, but getting up is always horrible, and I don't want to pack. I don't want to deal with it. Got to take a dump on the freezing toilet, and then sort this cuck out. I started coming up with a new idea. Do some in-bed exercise to get warmed up before I have to get out. Although that did look like a really extreme something else. Oh, I'm finally getting up, and I just forgot where I was. And yeah, I'm cold, and maybe I thought I was on holiday in China or something, or Iceland. I was like, oh, quickly jump in the shower. Oh no. I just freeze my ass off on a frozen toilet seat that's attached to the main bit of the toilet by string. This is what every morning is like for me. I have a similar water problem, whatever, I'm checking out. And I went for the bucket, and I tried to grab it. It wasn't actually frozen over this time. I tried to grab it, and I pushed it further under, and it just kind of lingered beneath the surface, so I had to stick my hand in and get it. So I had to do my hand recovery stomach procedure. And, just in case you didn't know, that's where all the shit rags go. Because you can't put them down the toilet, not even in Namche. So that's how that goes. Oh, time to pack up. Another thing you don't think of is when you get dressed, the clothes are also minus 10 degrees centigrade. And I just put on a tight fitting long sleeve running shirt. And every bit of it is touching every bit of me, and it's minus 10. Everything is minus 10. I just drank my Barocca. Well, that's not minus 10, but that's, freezing water. Wet wipe. I just use a wet wipe. They're minus 10. And every day, trying to get this sleeping bag into that bag with frozen hands. Joy. Ooh, so, standard breakfast. And I got an extra potato this time. And I did finally slip on the ice whilst on the toilet. And we're away. Guess I'll talk to you again when I get changed into the day walking clothes. So we're going back up here again. Back to this little ridge where we saw the yaks go yesterday. And there is Nargeson Hill, where we summited yesterday. Oh, you go, you and I know you love this kind of stuff, huh? I was thinking maybe I'll take this and I erect it in the living room, huh? I know you like a mantra and some Buddhist prayers. So apparently, it's quite cool. There's 5 different colours. Blue at the top is kind of fallen off, but anyway, blue sky, yellow cloud, red sunrise, sunset, green land or forest, and yellow sand/dirt. Nice. Morning. Now, when they replaced those slag mantra things, they just ditched the old one on the ground in the bush. So I have it. Oh, from the actual flag in Dingboche. Oh, Inara, but you're stoked. We can have it in the lounge. Anyway, time to get changed into the day gear. And day gear. That's where I was yesterday. Just there. Out of my tiny little mind. So yes, that was yesterday. So you come up to the hill. So there's a series of flags. Back up, that one there. Keep going up. Flag. The last flag. I think that's where the path ends. And then just that never ending up there to that peak. And then that's, I think, where we ended up. And now we're in the valley. What we were looking down on yesterday was like the aerial map vibe. Down where the yaks were. So finally leaving behind Amadablam. Bye. And heading across the Great Plain. And that valley in there, as I was saying yesterday, between that mountain, which is Loboche East, and this hill and this bank up there, that is Kumbu Valley, and that is where we're going. Where Loboche, Gorok Shrep, and base camp is. And that there, in the grey, behind the grey, is Chola Lake. The one that I saw yesterday from above, that's all frozen. So it's 9:45 and I'm on my third outfit. Let's just skip the second one. Yeah, cardigan inside the windbreaker's gone, Mongolia hat's gone. Back to how y'all know me. Cool. Frozen river. Some would say about this valley that a river runs through it. Maybe that person was spent 7 years in Tibet at a fight club. Oh, I don't know why I'm naming Brad Pitt movies. Can we walk on this, Dana?
No.
It's not solid?
No, it's very silvery.
No, but is it thick?
Yes, it's very strong but very silvery.
No, I've got to walk on it. Is this a good idea? Oh, can I get my foot through there? Best not to. Cool. Made it across. It's a shame I have to leave every place I go, because it's all so stunning. And you just try and take it in. But it'll never be the same in my memory as it is right now. I wonder what happens in summer though, because if that river down there in the valley like increases by tenfold, then I guess this must as well. So I guess this widens out into a bigger stream also. But there's the valley going up towards base camp, Loboche, Chola Lake, which I'm trying to talk Dana into letting me go to on the way out. And then we will go and stay there at Periche. He wants to crack on to Samari where we stayed before. I want to stay at Periche and go to Chola Lake, which means then Periche to Loboche, to Namche is a big old day apparently, but there's the Chola Lake. Me and Chola are like Ross and Rachel. Will they, won't they? Well, at least I've managed to see it from above. Let's see what happens down the line. Epic. Little house on the prairie. That house is so cool. Oh, it's even got ice on the roof. Don't know how the water stays there. Not much talking and walking about. It's getting harder, man. Accumulated fatigue. Constantly being at this altitude. So, yeah. Less things to say, less energy to say them, less amusing things to comment on, less cows, less poop. Yeah, I go to say some stuff. I just start boring myself. So I'm too tired. This might actually make it in. What's going on now? There's a tornado and a helicopter and a loud group of Chinese. I don't know what's going on. That helicopter couldn't have done that, surely. What happened? So crazy. How you do? I can hear them from down here. Cheers. Bitter. So we've gained a couple hundred meters, I think. I think we're about 4.6. And yeah, I mean it's tougher. But when I sat down for a rest just now, I did feel a little bit lightheaded. But It's nothing like yesterday because it's all gradual. However, the town we're going to is Douglas, just around the bend there. Coming up around the bend. Um, and was that Clearwater Revival or was that Michael Jackson? He's in the valley again. So all that climbing. Oh, my hat's come off. It's alright, it's got a string, luckily. All that climbing is going to be for nothing again. The river gets me. I feel like I might pass out here at any time. Like I was saying yesterday, I can see how people get themselves in trouble. Disorientation is real, and that's just down here. Imagine actually on Everest itself. Like I just said, this is like wandering off. And I look up and I realise that, I'm going off at 20-degree direction from the path. So imagine when you're up there dying. Now I'm not saying I'm seeing mirages or anything, but out of the corner of my eye I saw those flickering and I thought it was a swarm of ants on that rock. Interesting. Hey, Chola Lake. The love affair continues. Coming up around the bends. A little bit lightheaded. Like yesterday. Not as extreme, not as fast. It's only going to get worse today and tomorrow. This is it. That's what I've been talking about. This is Kumbu Valley. It's a straight hit up to base camp. Well, that'll make you come to your senses real quick. Holy sugar. We don't have to cross that bastard, do we? Excellent. We don't have to cross it. Because it's not a bridge. Well, not for people anyway. Just for stuff. Never seen such a thing. Dana, you go across. You go, I'll follow, okay? In the river, to an extent. So, this is Douglas. Despite me asking Dana if it's Douglas and him saying no, it is. So, Douglas Cafe, 4,620 metres. Chow mein and ginger tea. Let's hope I can feel a bit better. Alright, well, still feeling a bit strange. But let's see. I'm going to go up that trail. All the people look like dots. It looks massive. It's another 280 metres to Loboche. Christmas party, my boots. This has got shades of yesterday. Just an endless march up a rocky hill. Getting more and more messed up in the head. Brutality. From whence we came to where we're going. Not even a third of the way. The top of something. Trevor, Eric, Stockel. We remember you. It's a beautiful and sobering graveyard. Memorial yard. Whatever it's called. There's a field of tiny ones as well. So nice. But unfortunately, no time to investigate them all. David Sharp. Because we've got an hour and a half to go. And the sun's probably going to go down behind that mountain by then. So I'm not going to be able to remember all of this, but that's Nutsa. That joins onto Lhotsa. That's the one I was talking about. That was the one that was blocking Everest all the time. It joins with a ridge to Lhotsa. And that's Loboche East, where the guy who stayed in my lodge is going today. So he has to do a base camp down there and then go up there to a camp and stay in a tent. And then he will summit that. And he was with like an actual Sherpa. Feeling a bit better. Those chocolate bars are epic. They are always the beginning of my second wind. I will plug them later for my 100 viewers. It's pretty nice. Chief, you want to ski down this bad boy? I really thought we'd just be walking up that riverbed at the Khumbu Valley. I didn't realise it would be quite like this. It's pretty cool. Wow. Still feel a little drunk, but not like I'm going to pass out drunk. Well, I guess this is the Khumbu Valley. I guess I just mistaken the river for the valley. The valley. Just keeps throwing up. Just keeps out epicing. Epicing? Why not? Keeps out epicing itself over and over again. No formations. There's a howling wind. If I put my big coat on, my down jacket, the wind stops and I immediately get too hot and feel like I'm going to pass out, because I'm constantly on the point of passing out, it seems. And what else was I going to say? Wind. I have to come back to you. Oh yeah, if I put the mouth cover on, I get too hot. I feel like I'm going to pass out. So I just have to deal with the wind, really. Loboche, baby. I don't think this was ever going to happen. Never ending. Loboche. No bargaining. Sure. This is the last real town. I get the feeling that Gorak Shrep is a bit of a nothing bugger. They don't even have water. They say you boiled river water apparently, so I think this is the last, I don't know, town. That's the last one I stay in before base camp anyway. So I've arrived at Hotel Peak 9:15. All this snow, apparently a month ago, was up to here. Well, I do seem to be here. So I'm feeling kind of back to normal a little bit. I guess now that I've stopped in my room, my third room. 2 single beds, no private toilet. They don't exist here. There's one lodge that had it, and they're like, "Oh well, we don't want to put you next. Toilet's frozen." I was like, "All the toilets are frozen anyway. At least let me poo and pee on ice in private." But that place is closed down, and they've left Loboche. And they'd also put me in the furthest room away from the public bathroom in case I got disturbed. There's no one here. There's one other guest, and I'd rather be disturbed, somebody walking past the door possibly at like 7 o'clock, than have to walk in -20 the length of a building to take a piss, which inevitably is going to happen once or twice in the night. Anyway, so I've got a room. So I've got a room closer to the toilet, but then the Wi-Fi, which I've just paid for, didn't work in the room, so I moved again. Much of some eye rolls from the owner, but I have just paid for the Wi-Fi. Anyway, so here I am in my Wi-Fi / bathroom proximity room. This is the final day. This is the final sleep. It's base camp in the morning. Leaving at 7, up at 6. Breakfast at 6:30. Well, more likely 6:15 if I'm being realistic. And yeah, there really ain't much difference between this and camping, in name only. You know what I mean? Tomorrow we get up early. We go to Gorshep for lunch. Gorshep. Whatever. And then on to base camp. And then come back to Gorshep to sleep. Now, the day after that is supposed to be get up at 4 a.m. and summit Kalapatar, because that's got the views of Everest. But Dana wants to fit it in tomorrow and do sunset, and I've seen the pictures. The evidence sunset is better. And that would stop me having to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, or even 3, because I think you leave at 4. So that would have that benefit, but it does make tomorrow insanely long. And added to that, I want to go past base camp to the Khumbu Icefall viewpoint, because Khumbu Icefall is as far as I would be willing to go anyway, even if I was, because that's the most dangerous part. So I kind of want to go past base camp and go a little bit further, like Maverick, just a little touch, just to go a bit further. And Khumbu Icefall is something I'm not prepared to cross anyway, because that's where they do it on the ladders and everything. So I want to get past base camp a bit and see the Icefall. But that mixed with trying to do Kalapatar as well, I mean, it's already the hardest day just by going to base camp. And I want to do that, and he wants to do Kalapatar. But if we can all get it in one day, then it increases the possibility of me being able to go to Chola Lake on the way back down. So yeah, let's see. Today was brutal. I thought it would be easier because of what happened yesterday. And, you know, yes, it's a similar elevation game, but it's spread out over the whole day. And I did it yesterday anyway. But no, it wasn't like that, man. It was brutal coming down to the. I almost passed out a few times coming down to the river, and yeah. And then at lunch, I was just not there, and I met some South American guy who looked as out of it as me, and he's up here with no guide. Don't get people doing that. So so the place where we had lunch, Tongla or something. He's elected to stay there for the day. He's got another 3 weeks in Nepal anyway. So he's elected to stay there. I just had to push on, but no matter what I did, you know, I had the food, and I washed my face a couple of times in freezing water. I went and sat inside with my eyes closed for a quarter of an hour. Nothing I did really brought me back to planet Earth. Yeah, I like 50% back, but just still not really with it. So I just had to go anyway. And Diane said, "We'll see how you feel when you get up here." And but then I got my second win with the chocolate bar, and then yeah, doing these videos and stuff made me focus a bit. So I kind of feel okay now. I'm probably back to probably where my oxygen is, probably 80%, I guess, something like that, 75, 80%. I'm back. So yeah, brutal. And then that's it. Tomorrow is, as I said, that's base camp. So yeah, thanks for all the support and everything, and wish me luck. In case you're wondering what I do at nights, I make these videos and I watch half of Master and Commander. I downloaded Master and Commander, Sicario, Casino Royale. There's movies I could find on YouTube for free, and Beekeeper with Jason Statham. But Sicario's is not Sicario. It's some other movie called Sicario from 15 years ago, and Casino Royale's in a different language. And Beekeeper, I don't know, I just couldn't be bothered to watch it. Because I'm just watching Master and Commander over and over again. Which, given that I have to pay for every power bank charge now since Namche, is basically pay-per-view. 80. Oh dear,
80?
I just dribbled.
79, breathe. Oh, 74 छ त heartbeat rate पनि. Okay.
80, 81, 82. It was a false reading. 84. There we go.
Yeah.
84. Should have stopped at 84. So actually, this should have been 6 and 7 because we spent 2 nights here. Okay, so then we came back from Dingboche. We didn't go into here. Did we? There's a trail here.
Yes.
Trail here.
No, that way. This way.
Oh, this way. Oops.
That one.
That's right, along the valley, and then lunch in Tukla, and the other side of the river into the valley, and Loboche. 8. And then tomorrow we will go to Gorak Shep, have lunch there, drop the bags, base camp, back to Gorak Shep, and possibly Kalapata.